Today's Toy Spot, we are having a look at the Mattel DC Comics Multiverse, the 30th anniversary of Batman The Dark Knight Returns. We're looking at Son of Batman. The figure itself comes with a flaming torch as well as a shotgun. There's the artwork down below. Son of Batman from the Dark Knight Returns 30th anniversary line from Mattel. Back of the package shows you what the figure is going to look like, as well as the other two figures that we've already had a look at, Batman and Superman. Figures may not stand as shown, each sold separately. That's good to know. Not recommended for ages 0 to 3. Spot's going to take a break and get this opened up. When we come back, however, we're going to get a better look at the DC Comics Multiverse, the Batman Dark Knight Returns, Son of Batman. There's more headed your way, guys. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. Quickly, having a look at the accessories that come included with Son of Batman. He comes with a shotgun, which apparently is made in China. No, it's not. Well, it is and it isn't. There's a little bit of black on the handle just to break up some of the brown, so it's not just like this gunmetal gray and the brown color. The trigger also just one sculpted piece. It's not a separate piece or anything like that. And he also comes with a torch, which is not as translucent as I was expecting it to be. It's more like a solid plastic sculpt. Both can be fit into his hand, like that. And like that. There we go. It's easier to put it into his hand from the barrel rather than the handle. That's what he looks like. I'll probably just display him with the torch and the shotgun, as he does come with those. No sense in not including them. And for the rest of this review, let's just take those out of his hand. Put those to the side. Okay, it's not a bad figure. Get that out of the way first. It's not an overly bad figure. This one feels a lot more like a DC Universe figure than the other two figures, where like those other figures felt very much like Masters of the Universe classics. Even like looking at the waist area here screams old DC Universe style. In fact, it's almost the exact same leg. I mean, I could bring out some of my old DC Universe figures and the leg area would be exactly the same. Even really, the arms would be the same. The only thing different would be the torso piece. I almost feel like it could be a retooling of maybe Guy Gardner, especially with the torso piece. It may have changed or so a little bit to the collar, but it does look like it could share almost an exact same mold. Just again, for a few little tweaks here and there. The spikes on his gauntlet gloves there. His face is not bad. You know, it's not terrible. I guess the hard part with this is this 3-figure release. My two favorites are Batman and Superman. And this figure, for no other reasoning other than comparing it to those other two figures, just ultimately ends up being my third favorite and my least favorite. It's an okay figure, but it's not something, if I would suggest getting this line, I would really only suggest getting Superman and Batman, to be honest. It just so happens Spot picked up all 3 figures and want to really look at all 3 figures. But like ultimately, this figure just ends up coming up short by comparing it to the other 2 great figures that were in this set. So yeah, this is a kind of a soft rubber appliance that's been added over top of the existing torso. The faces, the coloring on the face kind of reminds me of the Superman Batman Public Enemies DC Universe line release, where it's kind of more of a tan color than more of a flesh color, if that makes any sense. The facial expression isn't terrible, but I mean, there's really not a lot wowing me about this figure either. When it comes to Son of Batman's posability, the head is on a ball joint, moves left and right, up and down, shoulders hinge out, they rotate all the way around, gets a little stuck around that rubbery torso, swivel point in the bicep, single hinged elbows. You are a collector, or used to be a collector, of the old Universe line. A lot of this is going to look very familiar to you. A crunch in the torso, swiveled waist, especially here. Legs go forward back, but then they also hinge out. Yes, that's very DC Universe. A swivel cut thigh, right above the knee. Hinge knee, and hinge in the foot. I guess as a contrast, we'll put the Son of Batman right there. We'll just kind of move his accessories just out of the way. Let's have a look at the other figures that we had to look at. There is Superman. There is Batman. Batman, I always seem to have a tough time getting him to stand. I could be just the culprit is the cape. But the thing is, with the three figures, I can't get Batman to stand. With the three figures, like these two share very different, distinct body builds. Because the Son of Batman's a little skinnier, they opted to give him the build and likely the mold of a DC Universe line that he does stand out from the other two. I love these figures. This figure's just okay. If you can find all three and you want to get all three, sure. But I would really recommend only getting the Batman and Superman, to be honest. And move those figures out of the way. Today's Toy Spot, we were having a look at the final figure from the 30th anniversary of Batman The Dark Knight Returns. We're looking today at Son of Batman. Stay tuned, guys. Spot's going to have more Toy Spots heading your way. As always, thanks for watching, as you always do. See you next time.